some of the best stretches of basketball of the season, particularly the starts of the first and second half. Great offensive numbers in this one. These come up shot.
Yeah, I mean, we established a good rhythm offensively and shared the basketball. Interestingly, it is one of our better games. You look at the numbers offensively, 24 assists. I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to some school record on the season for assists, because so often we're here after a game talking about our team getting 20 or more assists. So that's terrific that we're sharing the ball, playing a cohesive brand offensively. Where we ran into trouble was getting stops, and that led to their runs. Where we're in the desert offensively because we're taking the ball to the net after they scored. They really put the ball down low effectively. Webb, their 7-footer, had his way in terms of point-blank range shots. They didn't make a barrage of threes, but they had a balance and some good timing in terms of the threes that forces you to extend your defense. Against us, the first matchup, they had one of their poorest performances offensively from behind the three-point line. I think it was their tie maybe in a game with St. Mary's where they only knocked down 2 threes, I think, in that game against St. Mary's and us. So senior day, they were playing with a lot of passion and emotion. And I thought offensively, again, you look at the numbers, 52%, 53% from the field, 43% from the three-point line. We only got the foul line 7 times. That was a big factor. They got the foul line 19 times. But part of that was them pounding the ball inside relentlessly and playing through Webb. And also O'Donnell had some effective stretches in there. So a credit to Portland, but it's clear as we prepare for the West Coast Conference Tournament in Las Vegas that we've got to be able to get stops and get a string of stops, which lead to our runouts. Shutouts lead to runouts, and it's that simple. In theory, more difficult for our team this year to be able to get stops defensively. We tried a full court press. We tried a 2-3 zone. We tried our matchup zone. We tried man-to-man. And first half, very effective. Held them to 37%, held them to 12% from the 3. But the second half, the floodgates opened, and they really strangled control of the game after that first 5-6 minutes when we went on a run. Then they went on a run and really never looked back.
As you mentioned, 24 assists in this game, sharing the basketball, lots of guys getting involved, guys like Pete Boscovich and Gavin Rickler, career games here on the college level, but really everybody shared the basketball club.
Yeah, I mean, we get into offensive rhythms. Interesting since Ty Lord Johnson is no longer with our team. He was really dominant in terms of playmaking and kind of that traditional point guard that orchestrates the offense. But what we've morphed into is a point guard by committee team and a more balanced approach in terms of how quickly the ball is moving. And so our offense is effective, and we can compete with anybody in our conference, which we've demonstrated through league play. But the challenge remains, can we get enough stops, enough shutouts to be able to seal the victory away, to sustain a lead, and sometimes to come back in a game when you're facing a deficit. You got to get stops. You can't trade baskets if you're down double digits. And when you do have a lead on a team, as we did tonight, getting the stops and continue to execute ensures that you can salt the victory away. We didn't do that today. So turning the energies now in that locker room with the players, just saying the entire country during championship week goes back to 0-0. It's a reset, an opportunity to reset the mindset, but also a reset that everyone has an opportunity to play in March Madness if you can go on a run. We make it difficult on ourselves because we're not going to have a bye or a double bye like some teams will have the luxury of rolling into that tournament with. But again, we have to focus on the opportunity and the gift of being able to play in that conference tournament and win some games and make some noise.
How do you take those positive starts to both halves and turn the page for the conference tournament?
Yeah, I mean, we actually have played well in recent weeks, and so it's focus. I put one word on the board, and that was defense. The most obvious headline There's no need to talk about a three-point shooting or us sharing the basketball or executing at a high level or knocking down threes. Maybe offensively is one area. It would be, finding a way to get to the foul line more frequently. And, maybe it's playing off at 2 feet, finishing on the interior. We can get some N1s. But our team is built where we're more of a three-point attack, high-octane transition team. And our personnel is capable of making shots in the paint, but it's not like we've got that one 6'11", 7-foot dominant low post player that you can just throw it to and play out of that as an offense. And so it's important we shoot the ball well. Our turnovers, I think, was another area tonight. Wasn't that there were, an alarming number, but the timing of our turnovers fueled their comeback and also fueled them putting distance between themselves and us. Okay.